Hey guys, it's Kent here again with another Jack of all trades video clip, and today I'm going to show you how to easily build a 15-foot trampoline. If this video helps you out, please like and share, and if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. This model of trampoline is manufactured from Airzone Jump, and the model number is AZJ-15 foot basic. You may be putting together a different trampoline from a different manufacturer, but hopefully some of the instructions that I'm giving you with this video will help you out along with that. I'm assuming that most trampolines are very similar in the way that they're designed and manufactured. All right, so good luck, here we go. All right, the first step is building the frame of the trampoline. So we're going to start with the top circle part. This particular style comes with two different top rail connectors. Both of them have a T connector on each end, where basically you're going to connect the two rails together, but there's also a slot at the bottom of the T connector where you do connect the rails that go down as the legs of the trampoline. But there's also one of the rail connectors that has a slot on top, and that's where you're going to connect the rails that go up, that which you later on will connect the net that goes around the trampoline. So the way this is set up, you would alternate each rail as you go around. So say if you have rail A and B, you would put one rail A and then that would connect to B and then A and then B until you get all the way around for the circle. To also make the connection between these rails, they have a button lock. I think that's what you call it. Basically where you push, it's a little button on the rail, you push it down, it slides into the other, slides in the hole of the other rail, and then the button will pop up through a hole that's locking it in place with that additional rail that it connects to. And you'll see these button locks throughout the whole framework of the trampoline as you put the legs together as well. Once you got the frame of the trampoline up on its legs, what you want to do next is pull out the jump mat, lay that out in the center of the frame, and then you want to grab your springs that come with the trampoline. And you should notice with your springs there will be one end, will have two hooks, one on each end, and the one end will have more of a closed hook, the other one will be more of an open hook. The closed hook will connect to your jump mat, the little hook that's on your jump mat, and then the open hook will connect and slide into the groove that's on top of your trampoline frame. So when you connect these, what you want to try to do is connect one spring and then walk directly across to the other side of the trampoline and connect the spring that is exactly across from the one that you just inserted on the other side. And then you want to repeat this process as you go along, stretching out the jump mat from one end of the trampoline to the other. And what I normally do is once I connect two springs, I'll try to find the midpoint way through, so that way it tries to stretch the jump mat evenly. To connect the spring from the jump mat to the frame of the trampoline, my package came with a spring tool, which is basically a hook with a handle at the end of it. I feel like this tool really made the job a lot easier for me, especially since I was doing the project by myself. I believe that it saved time and it just made it easier for me to do. If you don't have a spring tool like that you see in the video, maybe you can find something that you can utilize to kind of pull that spring from the jump mat to the frame of the trampoline. Like I said, I think it will save you some time in getting the job done. Now that we have all the springs connected to the trampoline, the next step is laying out the frame cover over the springs around the trampoline. We're not going to tie it down yet. We're just going to simply lay it over the top. You'll notice that there's some cutouts. If you do have a trampoline that has an option to put a net around the edges of it, you'll notice some cutouts on the frame cover. And you want to align those cutouts with the notches that are on the frame where we're going to insert the poles for the net that we're going to install later on. Next, I laid out the net on the trampoline and inserted the metal rods through the stitching tunnel that was at the top of the net. These rods connect simply with a nut that tightened on each end. Once I got those rods connected, it was time to install the poles that connected from the trampoline to the net, holding the net up. These poles for the net will connect together the same way the frame did with the push button lock. And once you get the poles connected, on one end of the poles, you will see a little hook that goes into the pole. That's where we're going to end up connecting the metal rod that is running through the top of the net. Then the other side of the pole, you'll see a metal shaft. For this style of trampoline, it has a square metal shaft that fits into the frame on the trampoline, and that then will hold up the pole and hold up the net around the trampoline. So what I did was I went ahead and put all the poles together, and I connected them to the rod, hooked them into the rod, and then I just laid them on the trampoline as I went around before I lifted the net up and then put the poles into the shaft of the frame. The final step in putting this together is connecting the bottom of the net to the trampoline itself, and then also tying down the frame cover to the underneath of the springs and where the frame is. So with tying down the net, this product came with a string that they wanted me to weave through the bottom of the net and weave that down through the D-rings that surround the jump mat where the spring connects, and just weave that throughout around the whole trampoline. And so I did that. I tied it off in the beginning, close to where the zipper's at, and then at the end I tied it off where the zipper ended after I went around, and that's held pretty tightly. And then once you get that down, the final step, like I said, is tying down that frame cover, and you'll see that, you know, there will be some straps. Well, with this one, there were some straps underneath that where I could tie the frame cover to that frame itself, or to one of the D-rings, and that would hold it down just nicely. And that's going to do it on giving you some easy instructions on how to build a 15-foot trampoline. If this video helped you out, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like, share. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. And we'll see you next time on another Jack of all trades video clip.